No, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. Everybody in the crew, I mean, what?
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if you want to dare to be great.
You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're the best 147 pounders in the world. They're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Gervonta Davis just posted on X claiming that after Crawford beat Canelo, he believes he could beat him too. He said, "I'll swing on him for real." Davis doubled down on his confidence, challenging critics to watch him perform. He promised to train harder, demanded respect in the sport, and insisted he deserves a real chance to prove himself. Davis believes that victory would cement his place among boxing's elite. But instead of praising Terence Crawford's historic victory over Canelo Alvarez, which many in the boxing world expected, Davis chose to make dismissive remarks. He claimed he could beat Crawford himself. This response drew sharp criticism from analysts, who argued that even if Davis didn't want to give Crawford praise, he should at least avoid showing disrespect. They reminded everyone that Crawford had achieved what many believed was impossible, defeating Canelo in decisive fashion. To belittle such an accomplishment, they argued, was shameful and unworthy of a fellow fighter.
It dominated a first ballot Hall of Famer, a 4-division champion, a 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and was the reigning undisputed 168-pound super middleweight world champion. Superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm not even going to read off his accolades because what he did is just nasty work. And this is your king that y'all be praising. Gervonta Tank Davis, instead of applauding the accomplishments, just tip your hat. Just tip your hat. Hey, salute. And if you don't want to salute him, guess what? Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. If you don't want to salute that man, just don't say nothing. Right? And so, Gervonta Tank Davis takes to social media because the boxing world is praising Terence Crawford for what he did. After Gervonta Tank Davis, when the fight was announced and when Terence Crawford was saying he wanted to go up from 154 to 168, Gervonta Tank Davis said he was doing it for the money, not for the legacy.
Long before this controversy, Terence Crawford had already spoken candidly about Gervonta Davis. He made it clear that he didn't see Davis as someone willing to take risks against fighters better than him. Instead, Crawford described Davis as more of a talker who often avoided the toughest challenges. Crawford even admitted that he simply didn't like Davis, which made it clear that any fight between them wouldn't just be competitive, it would be personal.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah,
but like his core personality and his ways.
Bill Haney, father and trainer of Devin Haney, also weighed in on the discussion. He dismissed Davis's comments outright, saying there's no way Tank could ever replicate what Crawford accomplished. According to Haney, Davis needs to stop trolling bigger fighters and focus on his actual weight class. He insisted Davis should stay in his lane at 147 pounds instead of seeking attention by calling out champions in divisions where he doesn't belong. For Haney, Davis's remarks were nothing more than a publicity stunt.
Gotta ask your thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terence in 6 rounds. You think he was playing, trolling, what? Selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's
Nah, he said it
on video.
Huh?
He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinny.
Listen, Terrence has already hired us for any of the little guys. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, you know, Gary Russell, Tank Davis. You cannot go to get to Terence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass whipping too. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world. They're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Trainer Greg Hackett spoke with passion when reflecting on Terence Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez, describing it as one of the most important achievements in modern boxing. He emphasized that Crawford has absolutely nothing left to prove after doing something that hadn't been done in generations. Hackett reminded everyone that no fighter since the days of Bob Fitzsimmons and Henry Armstrong had been able to rise through weight classes and completely dominate a fighter as respected as Canelo. What made this moment even more historic, Hackett argued, was the way Crawford won. It wasn't a close decision or a lucky punch. It was a clinical, flawless performance that left no doubt about who was superior. According to Hackett, this victory cemented Crawford's place among the sport's greats, making him a legend in his own right. He added that critics no longer have the right to question Crawford's legacy, because his accomplishments speak for themselves. Hackett concluded by saying Crawford has silenced every doubt that ever surrounded him, and now he should focus on enjoying his success instead of responding to negativity. For Hackett, Crawford's triumph was the true definition of greatness.
Armstrong held them all at the same time. Legendary shit. He goes in there and beats arguably the best fighter or one of the best fighters of his era.
Yeah.
Regardless of weight class.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the performance?
The performance was like clean. Like it was real. It was times where it was close calls. Like it looked like Canelo might get him right here. You know what I mean? Bud found a way out, slip up out of there. He was working behind his jab real good, footwork real good, you know, setting the pace. He was creating what I like to call spider web in there. You know what I'm saying? That's basically setting traps with your movement. The part I didn't expect was for Canelo to really approach Bud like Bud, you know, like he was just gonna punch on Bud. He was looking. What I mean by that is Canelo when he would hit Bud to his hips or like on the shoulder, because I seen him do it a few times. He was like Canelo was like looking for those results that he usually get when he do those things. And I was like, I can't believe he looking at Bud like that. Like he really trying to play Bud. I mean, on the low. He know Bud can fight, but it was like, I'm gonna hit, all right, when I hit you on your hips, you gonna act right. I mean, when I hit you on your shoulders, you gonna act right. And you could tell Canelo's been spoiled over the years. Canelo's gotten better, a lot better. And Canelo is a legend for sure. But you could tell he's imposed his will on a lot of guys and won off of his poker face alone. You know what I mean? Along with the punishing shots.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow, man! Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
Clearly, outboxed him like I said he would. You know, Bud is special, man. He could adapt. He could make adjustments. There's nothing he can't do. I was a little worried because in the beginning when the fight was announced, because of Canelo's power, Bud coming up, they're like, oh, he come up 2 weight classes. I consider it he came up 3 because he only had 1 fight at 154.
Yeah, 1 fight at 54.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like it's 3 weight classes in 2 fights.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that right there, that was a big thing because Canelo is strong. Canelo does hit hard. He got power, and he's comfortable at 168. You understand what I'm saying? He's more comfortable. I didn't know if the weight was going to do something to Bud, but I know there was ways that he could outbox him easily. And he did it. Towards the closer to the fight date, I changed my stance on it and leaned more to Bud, which was a good thing because my prediction was right yesterday. On it, and he just outboxed him, outclassed him. He showed people. I think he still followed a bit of the Mayweather blueprint. You know, Canelo has to plant his feet all the time to throw off his power, let off his power shots. He has to just make that quick stop, real quick, like a millisecond. That's all Bud needs to move out the way. Bud sets him up to get a reaction. By the time Canelo goes to throw that punch, Bud slips to the side and catches him that way. It's too late. I mean, for Canelo, his planning of the feet to throw his power punches. If more people figure that out and really take that into consideration in their training camps, I think he would have more losses. But a lot of them fear the power, like a skull.
Although Terence Crawford has openly admitted he doesn't like Gervonta Davis, he hasn't completely dismissed the idea of fighting him in the ring. Crawford has made it clear that if Davis is serious, then he needs to step up to 147 pounds where the fight can happen fairly. For Crawford, agreeing to such a bout wouldn't just put an end to Davis's constant trash talk, it would give him another opportunity to prove his superiority against a high-profile opponent that has made the decision simple. It's Davis's responsibility. If Tank truly believes he can win, then he needs to prove it by taking the risk inside the ring, not through bold words outside of it. Crawford's stance shows his confidence. He welcomes the challenge, fully aware that the odds would still be heavily in his favor.